7:01. Okay. Being 7:01, I'll call to order the meeting of the Fitchburg Public Safety and Human Services Committee for September 14th, 2001. In attendance, myself, the chair, Shannon Strassman, other board members, Shannon Strassman and Jay Allen, both are calling in via Zoom. Tracy is with us as moral support from Mr. Wheeler and Mr. Udell as well in council chambers. The first is public appearances for non-agenda items. I do not believe we have any.
No, sir.
Okay. Then we'll move to agenda item 3, the consent agenda. We have two things. A, the approval of the minutes from the August 14th meeting, and approval of routine licenses, operator license report. Does anyone on the board want to break either of these out?
I'll move approval.
Okay. You move the approval. Do we have a second?
No second needed.
Oh, no second, I'm sorry. Thank you, Tracy. I would just note that on the routine licenses, that there are 3 new and 2 removals, so there's five total on that. So there are no questions. All in favor of approval of the consent agenda signify by saying aye or a thumbs up. Aye. A motion carries. Okay, next, agenda item 4A, review of the following license application, sound permit, Puppy Up Madison, Peggy Foster, 1460 Madison Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, for Puppy Up Madison to be held at McKee Farms Park, 2930 Chapel Valley Road, on Sunday, October 3rd, 2021, from 8 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. with amplified sound. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Allen. Discussion on this one. This is I believe this is a event for cancer. Does anyone know why the name is Puppy Up? Am I missing anything here?
This is a reoccurring event, and this is to a nonprofit to support cancer for canines.
Okay, that would make the most sense. Thank you. Okay. A 2-mile cancer walk with ceremony, sponsors, vendors, music, and food trucks. I think there's probably not too many of us here that, if you like dogs, haven't had a dog that might have had cancer sometime in its life. All right, any questions? Then I'll call the vote. All in favor of the Puppy Up Madison license application sound permit signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Next, agenda item 5A, review of large-scale street use with sound permit. The Hop House Brewing Company, Hop House Beer Run, Mason Wiedemeyer from Hop House Brewing, Sub-Zero Parkway, for Hop House Beer Run Walk event to be held Saturday, October 16th, using various Fitchburg streets from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., amplified sound from 8:30 to 1. I would note this is a first annual event. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay, moved by Allen. Mason, what can you tell us about the event?
Yeah, so it's a pretty simple 5K and also a beer mile. Our 5K is going to use various routes, starting on Sub-Zero Parkway. It starts in the parking lot, the shared parking lot of Hop House Brewing Company and Race Day Events. It goes up to the Military Ridge Trail, where they turn around on a simple out and back course. And then following is our beer mile. We're expecting around 150, 160 participants. It's basically a mile run. So you're going to run 0.25 miles. You are going to drink a beer, and then you're going to run another 0.25 miles, drink a beer. And it's goes on for a mile. So they'll be drinking 4 beers, and it's going to be quite the spectacle. It's going to be a good time and a very fun event for hopefully years to come.
Only for the truly fit. Sounds like fun. I would note we've had a number of first-time events this year in Fitchburg, and we're just happy to see this. Mason, any idea how many people you are expecting?
We're looking at right now 500 for the 5K and then 175 for the beer mile.
Okay. I would just ask for some, everyone likes the music, reasonable limits. There was an event, Hop House, recently, and we had some complaints from Schumann, so I'd ask for reasonable limits for the music, please.
Mason, I have some suggestions on that. I used to run Fitchburg Days, which was the largest event in Fitchburg.
Okay.
And we had bands, big bands on stage, big speakers, big sound system. The way we handled that was we limited the sound to 96 decibels at the source, and then I would always walk around and make sure that we were not exceeding 90 decibels around the edge of the park.
Okay.
I would suggest that those would be reasonable limits. When you're kind of just outside standing around with wind blowing through the trees, you're running at about 76 dB. At 90 decibels at the property line, people are going to still hear it, but it's not going to be anywhere near as irritating as it is. If you need to borrow a sound meter, I have one. You can borrow mine.
Okay.
It's, you can buy one, but it's the one I have is about a $200 unit. But this is something that we were working on creating an ordinance to regulate this many years ago, and it never got done. So I would just suggest looking at that 90 decibel limit right at your property line to make sure that at 90 decibels, the sound's going to drop off pretty quickly, because you basically every time. Well, I'm not going to get into sound theory with you right now, but
Yeah.
we can talk about it some other time. But I think that would be a reasonable limit. And like I said, I have a meter you can borrow that will help you regulate that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I go to a lot of live music events, and I go to a lot of festivals, and I'm pretty sure that every sound operator in Dane County is deaf. Because it is, I walk into closed venues with my decibel meter, and they're running 130 dB, which is in the area of being within 50 feet of a jet aircraft engine. That's what people are running at in some of these venues. This is the thing that causes permanent hearing loss. So it's just something to be aware of, and you can contact me. My phone number is readily available out there, so if you want to borrow it, just give me a call.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do.
Thank you, Jay. Excellent suggestion. A lot of times the wind will determine how far the noise carries, but I think if you would follow Jay's guidance, there'll be no issues at all. Anything else? And we'll call the vote. All in favor of the Hop House Brewing Company Hop House Beer Run street use and sound permit signify by saying aye. Aye. Shannon, thumbs up. Motion carries. Next, consideration request to change the premise description, Hop House Brewing Company. The Hop House Brewing Company requests to amend premises to allow service of alcohol in the Hop House Brewing Company parking lot on Saturday, October 16th from 10 to 4 for Hop House Beer Run event. Do we have a motion to approve? I'll move approval.
So moved.
All right, moved by Alan. So if we look at your property, is it the whole joint parking lot, Mason, that you're looking at here? Do you know?
Yeah, it would be the whole joint parking lot. Their beer caddy would be outside next to their building, kind of in that middle area in between the two, in between Race Day and Hop House. That's where their beer caddy would be set up, and that's where people would be going and receiving their beer.
Okay. Based on the number of people you anticipate, I think you need that space. All right. Jay, do you have any concerns? The police and parks, everyone has
Well, that
weighed
was
in.
the only question I had. Is I saw it looked like we had something from the police department about the event, but we didn't have anything about the premises change. Was Hartwick's memo intended to cover both of these?
Yes, it was. Both the street use and sound permit and the premise description change were routed through the police department.
Okay.
And they did sign off, so. And we can find that email. If there is an additional email, we can find that and add it to the packet.
Yeah, it's in the packet. It just wasn't clear as to what it was.
Yeah, I had the
It
same
wasn't clear
concern,
that
Jay.
his memo was covering both the premises change and the event.
Well, I'll just mention, being the first annual, take all precautions so that we don't have anything. We want this to be positive, fun, and the last thing I want is people complaining to me, about these events. So whatever you can do, take proper precautions and keep this fun and safe, all right? Then we'll call the vote. All in favor of the consideration request for changing a premises description, Hop House Brewing Company, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. Next, announcements. Our next meeting is September 28th, 2021. Tracy, any other announcements?
Nope.
Jay, anything?
I got nothing.
Shannon, you want to sign anything? No? Okay, all right. Okay. All right, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Alan. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. We are adjourned.